What if I told you that it only takes one shift, one subtle switch, one little difference, so subtle, so small, but very impactful? What if I told you it only takes one change to move you from demotivated, sluggish, down, low, out the game, looking at others, worried about your own life? Things are starting and they're not finishing. You're motivated, then you're demotivated. You're hyped, then you're down. What if I told you it only takes one piece of work, one subtle change, one switch in your mindset? And once you have that, you will have unlimited, I use that word very wisely, unlimited motivation, and more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, inspiration to achieve your goals, live out your values, and have an incredible life. What if I told you it only took one switch? My name is P.A. Yamfam. This is Get Out of Your Way. And let's figure this one out together. But first, a little bit of accountability. Did I wake up on time this morning? And what is day 14's success principle? I said day 14. Can I get a hallelujah? I said day 14. We're 2 weeks in. This is incredible. Freaking pat myself on the back. Day 14 and I'm still standing. I'm not really standing, really. When I come off camera, I'm like dead. I'm like a dead, like whatever. But I'm on camera, I'm still standing and it's day 14. Okay? So pat on my back, well done, yay me, whatever. Now, what is today's success principle and did I wake up on time? Once those two things are done, we will break down this concept of demotivation to having unlimited motivation and inspiration to tackle any goal and to smash 2025 and the years beyond. Catch you then. I need to get my ass out of the house quicker. I'm waking up. I'm saying hello to the universe, greeting the universe like I do every morning, putting on my clothes, slowly putting on my clothes, wishing I had more hours sleep. By the time I know it, it is freaking like 4:45, 4:50, 4:55. I need to get my ass out that door from 4:30 a.m. when I wake up. My ass needs to get out that door much quicker. So starting from tomorrow, I'm going to make sure that I am out of the house. Let me start easy, all right? Because I was about to make an unattainable claim right now. Let me make it a little bit more easy. I'm going to make sure that I get out of the house from now on at least before 4:50, okay? That gives me 20 minutes to wake up, say hello to the universe, put my clothes on, don't trip over with my lack of sleep, and then do the recording for my accountability, okay? Hold me accountable to that, all right? 4:50 or below. Anything past 4:50 and it's a red box, failure, okay? No, not failure, just progress. It's all about progress, okay? So, part 2, principle. What is today's success principle? Now, we're going to slice through this very quickly because we have got an incredible session today on how to have unlimited motivation. And for those of you who really need that uplift, we're going to help you find your purpose in today's session as well. It's freaking massive claim. We can do it. Okay. So day 14, 2 weeks in, success principle 14. And for today, we have a principle which is going to take a little bit of time to implement. However, once you have implemented it, you will see your emotional, your EQ, and your ability to handle events. You're going to find it's going to skyrocket. Okay? This one takes a bit of time. It's not going to happen straight away, but slowly implement it and you will see the results. Okay? Success principle 14 is Successful people manage their expectations. When I say they manage their expectations, what do I mean by that? What I mean is successful people understand that all they can focus on is what they can control. Yep, the locus of control, I think it's called. If you Google locus of control, it's the things that the things that I can control is what successful people focus on. Anything outside of my control, and I will flow and move and be flexible towards my end goal and in line with my values and my purpose. Okay. So the reason why I'm giving the success principle for today is because it's actually happened a couple of days ago in my own life where we secured a new client. I think I mentioned it in a few videos ago. We secured a new client and I was building the team. As I'm building the team to serve this new client, this social media client, as I'm building the team, I'm picking up people and saying, hey, projects come in, boom, let's go, this, that, boom, all this, like organizing the team. And I was organizing the team and I told one of the team members that we're starting tomorrow, right? We're starting in tomorrow, 2 days time. You'll get paid up front. I like to pay my team members up front. You get paid up front. Money will be in your account in 2 days. We're ready to go. In those 48 hours, one of our other team members pulled out. Personal issues, family issues, whatever. They pulled out. As a result, and everyone gets paid after we do our first team meeting, roles and responsibilities are handed out, everyone's happy, everyone gets paid and we begin, right? I've got my special tea today because my cough is a little bit killing me. Hopefully that tea will hold me down. So team member left, and as a result, I had to replace the team member until we can have our team meeting and everyone gets paid and we begin the project. So as I'm finding this new team member, one of the team members, I told him we're going to get paid in 2 days. Project starts in 2 days. He sort of, said, hey, Pierre, I want to be, I'm always transparent with you. You teach us to be transparent, so I'm always transparent with you. I just feel like I'm being led on a little bit, I thought I was going to be paid in 2 days, and I know this is not in your control. One of the other team members left. You need to replace them. I get it. I just, feel like I'm being led on now, and I want to just be honest and open about that. I understood where he's coming from. Showed empathy as a leader. You need to show empathy in these situations. Really understand where the other person's coming from. Then once I showed my empathy, understood where he's coming from, showed him that I understood where he's coming from, and what I could have done better. Leaders always speak about what they could do better first. Said what I could do better. I could have waited a little bit longer before I told everyone when they're going to get paid. I could have waited until everyone was 100% secured, even though it seemed that way. This person pulled out last minute. I could have done all this stuff and that's what I always look at first. I always take 100% responsibility. What could I have done better, right? And then afterwards, I said to him, hey, just have a think about this keyword that I want to bring into your life right now. I said to him, have a think about this keyword called expectations. Because in our life, everyone's happiness is simply determined by your expectations that you set for yourself. That's what governs happiness. In your mind, you wanted to get paid in 2 days. You thought that was happening. You set that expectation. I told you that's going to happen. And based on your belief in me, your faith in me, and the desire to be paid in 2 days, you set that expectation in your head as if nothing could go wrong. And so when something did go wrong and that expectation is broken, you want to be transparent with me and say you feel like you're being led on. You can have that perspective and understand why you would have that perspective. And everyone's on their own journey, but really think about, did I lead you on, or did life happen and we all had to adjust? My mindset is I'm buzzed. I'm looking forward to paying the team in 2 days time, 48 hours. If something happens and that pushes the timeline back by 2-3 days, everyone's expectations has to change. And when you get to an elite level, it's not so much your expectations are changing, it's that you set one expectation, which is, my expectation is that I will control what I can control. Once you set that baseline expectation, You don't really faff around with other expectations because you move with the flow of the universe. You don't set anything. Nothing's guaranteed, right? So I broke that down to him. I haven't listened to his voice note. He sent me a voice note back today, but I've been super busy, not been able to listen to his voice note back. But that's why I'm bringing that in today for day 14. I like to bring in success principles where it's either happened in my day or it's happened the day before, and it's relevant to what's happening in my life. That will bring, more relevancy to these videos and how we're communicating with each other. So that happened literally 2 days ago, yesterday, dealing with that, right? So that's success principle number 14, day 14, okay? I will catch you in part 3, the breakdown. You are in for a treat. Unlimited motivation. Find your purpose, find your why, and set relevant goals in alignment with your values and vision. We're going to be changing lives today. Lives will be changed. 8 billion lives will be changed. I'm joking. We're getting it one day. All right. I'll catch you in part 3, the breakdown. Absolutely fantastic. Expectations, principle 14, day 14. It's a banger. It's a banger. Like I said before, take your time with it. It's a little bit hard because you've probably been setting expectations which haven't been met and stuff like that your entire life. So take your time with it. Try it out. Just focus on what you can control. When something happens, deal with it. Something happens, flex, flow, move with the energy of the universe and be flexible to what happens and say it's okay. Believe everything that happens in your favor anyway, right? We'll get into that one another time. So part 3, the breakdown. Oh my gosh. This is, so you are aware why I'm so excited. Finding your why, having purpose, having unlimited motivation and inspiration. These are my favorite topics, by far my favorite topics, inspired by the likes of Simon Sinek, Jay Shetty, Vishen Lakhiani. These guys, like when they speak about purpose, like Lisa Nichols, when these guys are speaking about purpose, I just get fired up, right? Now, a lot of people don't have their purpose. A lot of people are, I don't know what I want to do. I don't really know why I'm here. What is the meaning of life? We're gonna unpack all this in today's session. It's gonna be a decent sized session, right? So I'm excited because I'm very confident that in this video we're gonna be helping a lot of people. Okay, so let's jump in now. Let's talk about, first and foremost, part 1. Let's talk about, why do you feel unmotivated? Why do you feel, and this is the question that we asked at the beginning, right? Why do you feel unmotivated? Why do you feel like you start something and you're all gassed, you're all hyped, you're all ready to go, and after a few days, you're sitting on the couch like Winnie the Pooh, eating honey, like you're out of it, right? Why does that rise and fall happen? Why do you start things and don't finish them? Why are you hyped at the beginning and then it turns into like a chore? Why is that, right? And there are 3 sub-reasons, 3 subtopics for why this is happening to you, okay? Number 1, this happens to a large percentage of people, especially in Asia, in Africa, with strict household parents. This happens everywhere. It's rife, right? Topic 1 is rife. Most of the time, people's goals are set by someone else. Deep it. Absorb what I just said. Most of the time, people's goals are set by someone else. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to be a doctor. Your dad and mum told you you have to be a doctor. You don't want to be a lawyer. Your dad and mum told you you're going to be a lawyer. You don't want to be a whatever, a chiropractor or another form of doctor or a vet or a teacher. You didn't want to be that. Worst ones, some of the worst ones. You didn't want to be an accountant or a neuroscientist. You didn't want to be an accountant, but your parents said, this is the profession for you. You can choose 3, right? Doctor, accountant, or neuroscientist, right? These are the 3 things you can choose. Pick one as if you actually have a choice, right? And you know what that's like. If you have a parent and they're guiding you and telling you, this is what you have to do. This is the profession that will bring you security in your life. It may not align with your values, but it's what your parents want. Sometimes you set goals and you do things based on what your friends want, right? And this is now peer pressure and social influence. Okay. So topic one is most of the time your goals are set by someone else. And if they don't align with your values, your deep inner values, reason for being, your why, your purpose, if they don't align, you will find yourself demotivated to continue your goal and continue this journey because it didn't come from you. This is not yours. It's someone else's imposed onto you. Okay, so this is the first issue. The second issue is that when these goals are being set, when this is happening, when you're setting your goals, sometimes you're doing it out of what we call ego and insecurity. So ego and insecurity is where you're actually setting goals based on your ego, how you want to be perceived. So for example, you want to be in a house, a really nice house. You want to have, a really nice car. You want to have, a bunch of money in the bank and wear super nice clothes. Normally, goals that are set for the ego are superfluous and external facing, showing people what you have achieved so they see you as more than you actually are. It's a form of fronting, you can call it, or shop windowing, where the shop window is like this, but inside you're actually, and this comes to the next bit, you're actually insecure, right? And so when you're setting goals out of ego, it's almost 100% because you are masking an insecurity that you haven't done the work on and you haven't dealt with. So let's say, for example, you grew up with lack, right? You grew up with not enough money, sometimes not enough food, sometimes you didn't have enough clothes to wear, like tattered clothes, that sort of upbringing. You know what I'm talking about, that sort of upbringing. Now, in that scenario, if you don't deal, if you start becoming successful, start moving through the ranks, if you don't deal with that childhood, what we could term as trauma, if you don't deal with that childhood trauma, you will reenact the remedy for that. You will find solutions for that through your behavior and through the things you try to attain so that you can mask that trauma that's not been dealt with from your inner child. Okay. So as a result, you set these egotistical goals, which are actually masking your insecurities. This is topic two. Okay. So topic one, you're not even setting your own goals. Other people are setting your goals for you. Big mistake. Like, break out from the fold, fly away from the flock. Don't do that. I'm telling you now, quit. Stop. Go find something that aligns with your purpose. But we'll get through that today. Make sure you're safe if you're doing quitting as well. Don't just quit and then you'll end up homeless, okay? I'm not advising you to be homeless, all right? So, topic one, other people are setting your goals. Topic two, you're setting your own goals, but it's for egotistical and insecurity reasons, okay? And then topic three is you're setting goals, but they're surface goals. They're not really part of your ego or any insecurities. You're just setting surface goals. Surface goals are, generally speaking, goals set by society. Promotion, pay rise, big house, decent car, nice clothes, It sounds like ego goals, but this is where you're not doing it. You don't feel like you've got any ego issues. You're just doing the thing that society tells you to. Flat screen TV. I'm going to get a flat screen TV. This is 48, 50, this is 53 inch, 52 inch. I'm going to get a 70-inch flat screen TV. Why? Right? Why? Dig deep enough and you'll find out the reason why you're getting that 70-inch TV is because it's the latest size that came out. That is so peak. Imagine that life. Oh my God. So it's the latest TV that came out and that's why you're getting it. It's a surface goal, no depth. Some people call it shallow goals. I'm getting it because it's the latest. No purpose behind it, right? So these are the three topics. And most people fit into these three categories, right? These are the three topics for why you feel demotivated. Because actually what's happening is you are setting goals which don't have the emotional connection to your deeper inner values. And so motivation can only, write this down, motivation can only last so long. That's my Duolingo alarm. Write this down. Motivation can only last so long when it's not connected to your inner emotions. Motivation can only last so long when it is not connected to your inner, deeper emotions. This is the reason why you fall off the horse. This is the reason why you jump off the bandwagon. This is the reason why when hurdles come, you can't jump over them. This is the reason why your friends are still going or your colleagues are still going and you're not. This is the reason why you wake up late in the mornings. You're not motivated, guys. I was gonna say, you're not motivated, bro. But I know I got the bros and the girls listening, so I just quickly switched it to guys. That was masterful, right? But anyway, the point I'm making is you're not motivated. That's why you're waking up late, going clubbing, masking the fact that you're not motivated. You don't feel like you've got purpose, or you don't feel like you've got a mission or a reason for being, and you just got all these superfluous goals. Okay? Now, as a result of this, my alarms are going off left, right, and center today. Jesus Christ. As a result of this, Jesus, your behavior. Who set these alarms? Sorry. As a result of this, your behavior, like I just said, isn't aligning with your values and goals. You say you want this promotion, but you're turning up late to work, leaving work early, right? You say you want to lose weight, but you're eating madness, not going to the gym, right? You say you want these things, but your behavior isn't aligning. And if it is aligning, it's only for a little bit. It's only for like a week, right? Or 8 days. Then you're falling off. Okay? So, what's important and what we need to find out, what we need to figure out, what we need to establish. And this is the juicy bit. This is the meat of today's video, right? What you want to establish is you want to establish your why. You want to establish your purpose. The reason you feel so unmotivated is because you don't have your why. You don't know your why. And so all of your goals are attached to thin air. Jesus, it's attached to thin air. That's why your motivation is lasting 10 seconds. Okay. However, once your goals begin to attach and align with your emotions, this is how you open the infinite well of inspiration and motivation. This is when you open and untap and unlock these keys to an abundance of energy, because you're no longer doing the goal for the sake of the goal, for the sake of your parents, for the sake of your traumatized inner child. You're now doing the goal based on your values, your identity, and you're doing it for you. It's who you are. Full stop. Right? It's who you are. And so, of course, I'm going to wake up early. Of course, I'm going to go to bed on time. Of course, I'm going to eat the right food. Of course I am, because that's who I am. I'm doing it for these reasons, right? So let's find your reason. Let's find your why, okay? So understanding your why, first and foremost, we need to really when we're getting into the why, okay? When we're getting into your purpose, let's just demyth a few things. Let's debunk a few things, right? Because people get a bit confused at this stage when I'm talking to friends and family about this topic. People get a bit confused. Some people turn around to me and go, I know my purpose. I'm a web designer. I'm like, oh, frick. Today's going to be one of those days. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, frick. Like, I know my purpose. I'm a doctor. I'm like, oh, geez. It's okay. Let me break this down, right? And so you're starting to see the theme. People believe that if they have a career, if they have a job, if they have something they do on a daily basis, people think that's their purpose. Wrong, X, red sign, get editors, get a red emoji on the screen and go, right? That is not your purpose. Your career, your job, what it is that you're doing is simply a manifestation of your purpose. It's a way of displaying your purpose, right? It's actually what we call your passion. Telling me you're a web designer and you love it, that's not your purpose, that's your passion. Telling me you love to save people in the hospital, like I love being a doctor, that's not your purpose, that's your passion, right? Being a doctor, saying I'm a doctor, that's my purpose, I'm a footballer, these things are expressions of your purpose, not necessarily your purpose, okay? And so as a result, let's define these two things, okay? Your passion is what you do for essentially enjoyment and skill leveling up. This is your passion, right? It's enjoyment, it's what you enjoy doing, temporary excitement. This is the vibe of the passion, okay? It's what you start and then get good at and then progress in and then make money from. Often you're making money from at a high level. This is your passion. Your purpose, on the other hand, is actually what drives you in the long term. It's what your purpose is everlasting. Your purpose starts from, it's the same from when you're a child all the way through to when you pass away. It's unchanging. Your passion, you could be a doctor one moment, then you could be an ice hockey player, then you could become a chef and enjoy all three things and do very well at all three things. So how could your being a doctor be your purpose if you're now in ice hockey for 9 years, get to the Olympics, and now you're a chef, chefing up with Gordon Ramsay, right? Right? How can being a doctor be your purpose? Because being a doctor is not your purpose. That's just your passion. That's your expression of something deeper within you. And when you look and find what that thing is deeper within you, you will find a common thread between being a doctor, playing ice hockey, and being a chef. You will find a common thread between those three passions. And that common thread is actually your purpose. Okay. So we're going to break that down and get into that. Now, another way of defining the two is that your passion is outward facing. Okay. Is an outward facing concept or model. And normally it's where you're increasing your skill sets and you're impacting the world and other people's lives in terms of you're impacting the world and other people's lives, but you're doing it from a place of skill. It's a skill-based, normally it's a skill-based concept. That's why I mentioned doctor, ice hockey, chef. It's all skill-based, right? Now, when you look at purpose is inward facing, okay? Inward facing. This is whereby with passion, you are moving through the stages of mastery from, I really want to do this. I really want to sing. I'm not a very good singer. Let me move through those stages of, unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, unconscious competence, right? Those 4 stages that we spoke about in our last video, a few videos ago. This is the journey of passion. Outward, skill-based, delivering value via skill, this model. Then you have your purpose, which is actually inward facing, okay? And inward facing is actually where essentially the purpose is, you find it from within you. And once you have your purpose from within you, as I mentioned, it's never changing, okay? And whereby with your passion, you go out and learn skills and get good at something. With your purpose, you actually go inwards, okay? You find your purpose from within you, it's already there. you withdraw it and you use that as your guiding principles for moving through life. That's how you could be a doctor, ice hockey player, and chef and excel at all three and really be fulfilled, right? So purpose is from within, looking inward, finding fulfillment in each and everything that you do. And normally your purpose is also about other people and impacting the world, whereas more your passion is more skill-based, outward-facing, and you're normally delivering a service, impacting the world through more of that respect. Okay? Now, when your passions and your purpose is aligned, this is where things become extremely game-changing. Okay? So now let's find your why. Let's actually look at how do you find your why? Okay? And how do you set goals in alignment with your why? How can you get to a place where your passion is in alignment with your purpose? How do we get to that? Okay. So finding your why, there's generally two well-documented ways of finding your why. And this is straight from Simon Sinek. Okay. Now, me and Simon go way back. I'm joking. I've never met Simon, but he's one of my mentors because I watch all his stuff. I learned from him about leadership. I learned from him about finding your why, inspiring other people. Simon Sinek is the person, one of the people that I have to meet before I pass on to the next life. Okay, so I really look up to him. This is straight from him. In fact, 99%, almost basically 100% of what I talk about is from other people because I'm always learning, absorbing, gaining understandings, perspectives. I may deliver it in a different way, which resonates with you. That's why you're watching this video. However, dude, there's 8 billion people on the earth right now. There's been way more, millions, hundreds of millions before us. A lot of things have already been thought about. Okay. However, in saying that, I do have a model that I came up with, completely organic. I do have a model I came up with that I want to show you guys. It may be in a couple months' time. I'm still working on it, refining it. Okay, but that's quite interesting. So that's quite novel and new. So, but yeah, generally, this is from Simon Sinek. Okay, let's jump in. So, two well-documented ways of finding your why. The first way is, and remember, once you have your why, once you have your purpose, and you set goals in alignment with your purpose, the goal is then to untap, and you will gain access to unlimited motivation and the drive to get anything done. This is what we're going to. This is the goal. Keep that in mind, okay? So finding your why. One way to find your why is, or way one to find your why is to look back in your past, okay? Look inward and look backward. In your past, normally when you're a child, right? And through your teens as well, I guess. Ask yourself, what is the one thing that I was praised for? What was the one thing that I was told off for? And what was the one thing that made me come alive? And that one thing should be shared across all three categories. Okay? So what one thing was I praised for, told off for, and made me come alive, made me feel like, Jesus, this is incredible. I love doing this. And this is the thing, right? What thing is that? Ask yourself, take your time, look back. What were you told off for all the time? Or most of the time? Or whenever you got told off, it was for this thing. What were you always praised for? And what always made you come alive whenever you did it? Okay? In between those three subtopics, you will find a common thread. You will find a golden thread. And I'm going to give you my one so you guys can sort of see what that could look like for you, and you can find your own examples and find your own golden thread. Okay? So, when I was younger, I grew up in a household where things were very strict and things were often quite abusive, physically abusive. Okay, that's the whole household I grew up in. Now, I don't know what it was that made me react in this way. I don't know what it was that made me see everything, all the abuse and trauma and pain and upset and all the stuff that was going on around me. I don't know what it was within me that made me react in this way, But I took it upon myself to try and save my parents' relationship by making things better all the time, right? Making things better all the time, like they would have an argument and they would go out and I would quickly run downstairs. And this is the age of like 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. I would run downstairs and I would start tidying the house, right? Putting the pillows back, picking up clothes, taking it to bedrooms. I remember like even getting the vacuum out, and I'm not allowed to touch the vacuum at that age, right? But getting the vacuum out and trying to hoover and get things done so that when they come back, they're like, oh, who cleaned the house? This is so nice. And they would stop fighting and they would live happily ever after, right? Or they would be fighting. They fought the day before. They're both at the house. Our older brother's looking after us. And this is like 7 years old, now 8 years old. And I'm like, guys, got 3 brothers. I'm like, guys, let's cook dinner for mum and dad. So when they come back, we've cooked dinner and they're gonna, make up and live happily ever after, right? So I would go away and do that with my brothers. But I would be the one to instigate that every single time. Cooking dinner, cleaning the house, making a tea, bringing it up to my mum. This is the most profound one. I used to write I'm sorry notes from my dad to my mum when my dad would beat down, like basically beat up my mum, right? I would actually write sorry notes. So it's like, hey, my love, I'm so sorry that whatever. And, let's make up. Send that give it to my mum, say like hoping, right? Hoping that she wouldn't think it was written by me and it was written by dad. So then they would then again come together, make up and live happily ever after, right? So this behavior, this way of making things better, this begun to permeate, okay, transcend across all areas of my life. When I say all areas, Jesus Christ, I am not mucking about. I mean all areas, right? So I want to do everything better. I want to make sure that everything's perfect. That's where my perfectionism came from. For such a long time, I dealt with perfectionism issues, slowing me down, making me inefficient, I had to have things perfect. Because if things were perfect, then mummy and daddy won't fight about the house being messy or something being wrong in the house or whatever, because things are perfect, right? And this also came from me even getting beaten by my dad as well, where it's like, if I'm perfect and if I make everything better and I do things in the right way, then I won't get beaten, right? I'm perfect. Do you see? So this is where this stuff came from. And as you can see, as I'm talking about it, I've done the work with the childhood trauma. And that's why none of my goals are set on my childhood trauma or my ego. I've done the work on that. And I know where my goals come from. They come from my purpose. Okay? So now, everything I did in my life was trying to make things better. Even at school, the teacher would say, do a 2-page essay. I'll do 5 pages, right? Do this presentation. I'll do a video, right? Everything that I done, damn, cough is coming back, boy. I'm gonna get rid of that. So everything that I done was to make things better, to make things around me better, to help other people and empower them to make their own lives better. Everything was about that. Now, this is something that I was praised for when I was younger, and I was always also told off for doing it when I was younger. Because sometimes, obviously being young, not knowing the correct boundaries, sometimes I would go too far and overstep the mark and try too hard, right? Sorry, apologies. Cough is coming to kill me today. It's okay, I'll be okay. So that's an example for me where I would always try and make things better. Okay. Now, in saying this, in doing so, and I've got, by the way, I've got so many examples of this is what I did, and this is how I moved, and this is how I tried to make things better in so many different ways. Just so you're aware, this even transpires into my design agency. All I do is build apps, build websites, empower other people so they can have websites and platforms for their business and make sure that they have everything that they need so they can have a better world for themselves, right? And they can go on and push on. My essence, everything that I do, and this is my why, everything that I do is to empower other people so they can challenge the way things are in their world and they can make things better and we all elevate together. That's what I do. It's my essence. It's in everything I do, from my design agency to our app that we're launching, Finders Force, everything I do, all my ventures, it's all about elevating people around me, making the environment better, making things better, right? I got told off for it. I was praised for it when I got it right. And it made me come alive. Oh my God. The feeling, even with our clients, right? My favorite part about a project is delivering the work and watching the client's face beam up and light up because we've over delivered. We've done things better, right? We've over delivered and we've hit the mark and we've actually given the client something they can now use. One of our clients broke down crying when we delivered her website for her. Another client literally said, "Oh my God, I feel like Superman. I feel like you're giving me a superpower. Do you know what I mean? I can now go and do all these things," right? So this is an example from my own life where I can look back and find this common thread between the things that I did and where my why and where my purpose came from through those behaviors, right? Now, just cough, jeez. Now, the second way, we'll keep going, right? Now, the second way is a very interesting way. The second way to find your why and find your purpose is to actually go and speak to your closest friends, right? When you go and speak to your closest friends, I want you to ask them a very simple, dangerous, but simple question. Why are we friends? And pause. Don't speak. Don't help them. Don't guide them. Just ask them, why are we friends or why are we best friends? Now, don't do this with family members. Don't do this with your partner. These relationships are too close. Okay, these relationships are way too close. So don't do it with those close relationships. Do it with a best friend. Do it with a really close friend. And so you want to ask them, why are we friends? Pause. Let them speak. What you will find will happen is that they will begin speaking about you. Well, you know, you're funny. You make me laugh. You know, you're loyal. And then you can turn around and tell them, you know, okay, you just described a good dog, right? It's funny, loyal. Like, what is it about me? What is it about me? Why are we friends? Right? Why are we friends? And they'll turn around and, you know, they may go a bit deeper, like, you know, you're always on time to pick me up. I don't know what relationship you guys got going on, but they'll speak more about you, right? They'll say, yeah, you're always on time to pick me up. You're very intelligent, right? And they'll go on and go on and go on. Keep on asking them the question and say, okay, and eventually they'll get frustrated because they will simply run out of things to say about you. And the reason why they struggle is because the part of the brain that deals with emotion and relationships, that part of the brain doesn't deal with reason and logic, right? So the reason why they're friends and, you know, actual words. So the reason, right, that they're friends with you is actually emotional. It's a feeling. It's why they're friends with you, not a reason. And so when you're asking for reasons, they're only ever going to be able to get to the surface level until you keep pressing them and pressing them and pressing them. Okay? So keep asking them, but why? And then they'll get frustrated. And eventually they'll hit a point where they will stop talking about you and they will start talking about themselves. Okay? Now, what do I mean? They'll start talking about themselves. They will start telling you not about yourself, but they will start telling you about how you make them feel. Yes, they'll start talking about how you make them feel. They'll say things like, you know, you make me feel safe. I know that I can count on you 2 a.m. in the morning, and I can count on you to help me if I'm in a situation. You always tell me the truth, even when I'm an idiot and I know that I'm wrong. You're always honest with me. You always do the right thing, right? These types of things, right? Now, throughout their words and throughout when they start describing themselves, how you make them feel, the impact you have on their life, in those words, you will find your why. You will find your purpose. If all they're talking about is how safe you make them feel, how protected you make them feel, how they feel that they can confide in you, if that's the sort of vibe that they're coming with, then the chances are your purpose is around protecting and being there for others in that respect. Find your purpose amongst that, right? If they come to you and say, like how my friends did with me, if they come to you and say, I just need to be around you and I feel like a better version of myself. I just feel like every time I'm with you, I'm learning something new. I just feel like when I'm with you, when we're chatting, I get inspired, I get motivated, I learn things, I feel better. I feel like I'm elevated when I'm around you. That's why we're friends, because honestly, you make me feel like a better version of myself. That's what my friends say about me. Okay, and it makes sense because whether you use method 1 or whether you use this method 2, it will be the same thing. I make things better. Everything that I touch, my essence is to make things better, right? Make things more than, empower people to have a better life. This is what I do. So it makes sense that my friend said that to me as well, even though I already knew my purpose, because I done method 1, where I looked back and found my purpose within me from my past experiences. Okay, so this is the second way that you're going to actually be looking for your purpose. Now, remember as well that, or I didn't say this already, but essentially, this can be done at any age, right? Well, at the younger ages, really from around 17, 16, 17 is where you want to, if you're that age, then that's when you want to sort of start finding this purpose. All the way till 90s, 100s, whatever, all the way through, you can find this at any point, right? 15, 14, you're still a bit discovering yourself. Okay? So either way, whether you use method 1 or method 2, you're gonna find that conclusion will be the same. You're looking for that common thread between your past experiences, what you did good, praised for, what you got told off for, what made you come alive. And then in method 2, you're looking for that common thread between what your friends say about you, and that's the impact that you have on the world. That's your purpose, that's your essence, that's why you're here, that's what you're here to deliver to more people at scale. Okay, so then we can begin setting our habits and our goals and our visions based on our purpose. Because once you now have your purpose, oh my gosh, when I tell you things become easy, things become freaking easy because you're now doing things for a higher calling. You've now got an emotional connection between your goals and who you are as an individual. And what you want to do is you want to connect all of your goals, right? You want to connect all of your goals to who you are as an individual. Okay, that's what you want to do. And I'll give you an example of that. So from now on, I'm going to map out, I'm going to clearly map out my purpose, and I'm going to show you, for examples, how you then have this unlimited motivation, and then how you then have this unlimited inspiration, and how you can then set these goals and move through life like you're on some sort of, I was going to say like you're on crack, but I shouldn't say that in this video. But you want to move like you'll end up moving like you've got this Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z next level energy, and people look at you like, how the frick is this guy still going? The guy's been evicted, he's been lost team members, investors said no, like being rejected by investors. So much bullcrap's happened, but this guy's the most happiest guy in the world. Do you know what I mean? How the frick, right? And this is the reason why. So let me set my purpose. Let me tell you what my why is in clear English. Again, evidence that I've done the work. Let me show you my purpose, and then let's begin seeing how I set goals in alignment with that purpose to get me to my end vision and what it is that I want to do. Okay. So my purpose, my why, is to empower humanity. Okay. Empower humanity with the ability to challenge the way things are for a better world that can be. Okay, that's my why. Let me say it one more time because it felt good. It felt good. It feels good to know why you're here on earth. And if you're not feeling that right now, if you don't have that feeling right now, look at my body language, look at my energy, look at my excitement about knowing that I have a purpose and I know why I'm here. I'll say it again. My why is to empower humanity with the ability to challenge what is for a better world that could be. God damn, someone put me on stage. Someone get me a TED talk, someone put me on stage because it's about to go off. Okay? So once I have my purpose, I can now begin to set goals in alignment with that purpose. So I set a goal to build a design agency. The design part of my goal is simply my passion. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Again, we spoke about it earlier, right? But I'll show you with examples. So I had a goal to set up a design agency. Back in 2019 in January, I did that. Boom, done. This design agency is still running today, mostly because it is aligned with tomorrow. I'm going to show you guys aligned with my why. Add more habits. I'm here if need be to empower. I'm going to show you guys to other people and how to, right, with the ability to challenge their own world, add more habits, their own environment, gain access to the document. Okay, so they can create a better world for themselves, just for their loved ones. You're going to see how to download. That's why I'm here, and then you're going to be able to use. Lo and behold, I have a design agency and set up your own exact identity. That's why I love what I do. Performance tracker for 2025. God forbid. Okay. Incredible. So I'm going to jump straight into this. I'm going to find out why, which I am not passionate about. Is this number line of my purpose? Not the number that I'm expecting it to be. You are expecting this number to be, right? Because I know what my purpose is, and I know there are only number to be a select few things at the bottom. I'm expecting it to be 382. Fit perfectly into for some reason it's 332 purpose. So I'm going to look into that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm spending my time make sure that's fixed for tomorrow. I'm going to spend my time doing that. That's the logical thing to do, right? So we build websites. What a video. We do graphics. Today, guys, promo videos, super buzzed. All that great session, all that sexy stuff. Thank you so much for chatting. That comes with building a business. We do all of that stuff. And tomorrow's going to be strategic consultancy. Hopefully an even better session. I'm looking forward to social media. Okay, we do the whole shebang. Thank you so much for tuning in. Right, we help people set up their businesses and go and make an impact in the world. This is challenge their industry, challenge their community, challenge the way things are. I really do feel with the website that we done for them, strategic consultancy that we done for them, we actually social media page, we launched for them, super crucial that we point today about they can now go out. And I really do feel like we challenged that one out as well, which I'm really happy about for a better world that can be whatever better. So yeah, let me know in the comments how it went. Let me know what insights you got, and if there are some clients, let me know if anything hopefully has ever happened to us. But there's some clients that potentially we would never work from tomorrow's video. We would never serve them because they may have values which, if we work for them and if we help them, then their values could mean that whatever they are trying to achieve in the world may be detrimental to the human species and the human experience. And we're not here to do that. We're not here to make the world worse. We're here to make the world better. Do you see? And so there will be some projects that we're not interested in. Sorry, it doesn't align with my purpose. It doesn't align with the company's values either, right? So what else in my life? We're launching Finders Force, right? Finders Force, our award-winning app. We are launching it. I'm buzzed, so proud of the team and everything we've achieved with the app so far. The app is a HR app. The app is going to disrupt an entire industry. It's going to it's going to transform an entire industry. It's going to elevate and empower all parties. Well, most of the parties. Some parties may become a bit redundant, but because of the technology that we're bringing to the table, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? Overall, it's a good thing because that's what disruption is about. It's about bringing new and better ways to get things done in the industry, right? Lo and behold, our award-winning app, speaking to some of the biggest companies on the globe, our award-winning app is empowering people who are using the app in this industry. That it's empowering people. People are getting paid. People are getting shifts. People are getting work 30 days, 60 days in advance. Never happened before. Companies are posting shifts. Things are happening quick. Time is being saved. Money and time, Jesus, being saved tenfold, right? I'm empowering other people to create better worlds for themselves. Run that golden thread right back through to my childhood, where I was trying to make a better world for myself and my mum, my dad, and my brothers. It's the same thing. I'm doing the same freaking thing. Get the picture, people. Get your notepad out. I hope you have your notepad or some sort of scribe or something, because this is deep stuff. This is how you get the infinite well of motivation, right? Motivation and inspiration to keep going, because it's who you are. How can you not be who you are? You're unmotivated because you're not being who you are. You're not in alignment with your values. You're not in alignment with your identity. You're not in alignment. And so it's hard to live your life not in alignment. It's freaking hard. Ask any homosexual person. Ask any bisexual person. Ask any LGBTQ. I think I missed one of the letters, but forgive me, but LGBTQ, like that community. Ask any of them what it's like to behave and put on an act for 15, 20 years of their life, not living in alignment with who they are. Transgender people, ask them how difficult it is to live out of alignment with who you are as an individual. Ask them. It's freaking tough. And that's exactly what you're doing with your goals. You are not living in alignment with who you are as an individual. Oh, and by the way, ask them what it feels like when they break free or they come out. Yeah, when they come out and break free and they're openly who they are. Ask them the relief. Ask them the relief that they feel, the pressure off their shoulders. It's because they're now living in alignment. It is the most optimal form of being on this earth. It's the most optimal form of existing and just being a human being. When you're a human being, your job is to be as you are, not to be something else. It's a myth if you do that. And that's if you clicked on this video and you're having a struggle with this is the pain point that you need to fix. Finding your purpose, finding your why, and then actually aligning your goals with your why, okay? So I've given you two examples, my design agency and Finders Force, okay, the app that we're launching. These are big things, okay? Design agency, Finders Force, big things. Let's narrow down to my daily goals. How do my daily goals align with my bigger goals and, of course, then my life vision, right? I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every day. This is who I am. It aligns with my vision. It aligns with my goals. Why? Couple reasons to wake up early. You should try it sometime if you want to, whatever impact you want to make on the world and whatever goals you set for yourself, Try this sometime if it aligns with your values. Okay. Why do I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every day? Reason number one. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. every day because I know that will give me the most amount of time in terms of how much sleep I need, which I've tracked. It will give me the most amount of time to dominate and create an impact in the world. From 4:30 a.m. till I go to bed at 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m. In that time frame, I've got a lot of hours. I've got more hours than you when you wake up at 9 and go to bed at 9 or 10 or 11. I still have more time than you, right? So number one, I wake up at 4:30 because it gives me more time to live in my purpose. It's that freaking simple. You're waking up at 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. because you haven't connected with your purpose. You don't have a reason to wake up earlier. You can't see why having more hours in your day is beneficial to you. Because what are you doing with your day? What I'm doing with my day is I'm living in my purpose. I'm building things and helping people and doing things in alignment with who I am as an individual. Why the frick would I want to be sleeping? In fact, I struggle with sleep. Not that I struggle in terms of I can't sleep. When my head hits the pillow, I'm out, right? But in terms of going to bed on time, I struggle because I'm still like immature with not stopping at the right time. That's why I'm doing my calendar this year. That's why I'm so hot on my calendar this year, right? So, so I want to be awake and I want to be alive in my purpose, because living in your purpose is the best feeling by far in the world. One of the best feelings. Apparently having a child and going through that birthing experience, apparently that's serious. But I haven't got any children right now, so at the moment it's the best experience, right, that I have. That's number one, why I wake up at 4:30. I've got time. Okay. Number two reason I wake up at 4:30 a.m. With all of that time, right, with all of that space in the morning, second reason I wake up at 4:30 a.m. is because everyone else is still freaking sleeping. Reason number two, everyone's quiet. I'm not being disturbed. I'm not being pinged. I don't have any WhatsApps coming through, emails, clients chatting, the most madness. Everything is fine and dandy. Everyone else is asleep. The only other people awake are elite individuals who are also on their purpose. Now that is the energy in the nation that I want to be awake with. Ooh. Someone sound clip that and put it on TikTok or something. Do you know what I mean? Wake up at 4:30 a.m. The only other species of human that's awake are other elite individuals who are on their game. I want to experience that energy flow when I wake up in the mornings and I go for my walk and I'm breathing in the universe's oxygen, and I'm grateful for that, right? So these are the reasons why I wake up. So there's a couple other reasons, but we won't take up the whole video. There's other things that I do as well, which is in alignment with my purpose, right? So I do my workout. Why do I work out? I work out so that I optimize my body flow, my energy flow, my blood flow to the brain, oxygenating the brain, heart rate up past 120 ppm for a minimum of 20 minutes. I'm doing my thing. I'm up. I'm elevated. My blood cells are pumped. I think clearer. The workout, all the benefits, all the mental benefits of a workout. And so if I'm waking up early and I'll do my gym, I'm now going to make better decisions throughout the day, aren't I? Because I've got more hours in the day to make decisions because I wake up early. I've done my workout. Blood is flowing to my brain. I feel healthy. I feel strong. I feel determined. I feel resilient. And so all of those benefits are now flowing through me throughout the day. I'm making better decisions than you are. When you wake up sluggish, scroll on social media, drink a coffee, slap yourself a couple times to wake up, trip over, hit your leg, swear, all that bullcrap, right? My day is starting on a whole different vibration. And we're going to go through my morning routine. We're going to go through my full morning routine in another video, right? But essentially, the things that I do throughout my day, and you guys, soon you'll see the habit tracker. the identity tracker that we're doing at the moment in part 4, the blueprint, you'll see that every day I'm tracking. I've been doing this for 3 years, so don't be overwhelmed, but I'm tracking 32 habits throughout the day. Every single one is aligned with my purpose. Oh my God. Every single habit, all 32. And I used to have more. I used to have Duolingo on there. I used to have my workouts on there. I used to have my ice showers on there. But I wipe the floor with those 3 things now. I do them, they're second nature. I don't have to think about that anymore. So I took them off. I only want to track the things that I'm struggling with that I want to actually do. 32 of them. That's what I'm doing every single day, right? So now, when you set your big goals, when you set your small daily goals, everything is aligned with you and your purpose. From your purpose, while you're here on earth, I'm here to make the world a better place. From that purpose, you then start to set visions that do that. You start to set just causes. Simon Sinek, you start to set just causes that do that, that actually align with your purpose and your why. So you set your why, you picture what you want your vision to be like, then you set your life vision to be like, then you set these goals, right? You set these means goals to get there. If the goal breaks down, that's okay, you find another way. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. You just need to know that that's where you're going, and you set your goals, you set your big goals, your big checkpoints, your big milestones. If you can, you set your more granular goals, your daily habits, all the way through to your middle goals, like the promotion you need, the business partner you need to find, all this stuff, whatever. And that's how you get to your end vision. Okay? Now, in doing so, right, in doing all of that, remember, the goal here is to tap into unlimited motivation. Now, I'm going to break down that statement very quickly. Just need to break it down real quick, because that's actually not the correct statement to be saying. I'll tell you why. I just thought of this right now, right? So the video is all about unlimited motivation. And that's what Go is all about. Get Out of Your Way is all about us figuring things out together, right? Now, I need to debunk this, because I don't think it's unlimited motivation. Oh my God, I'm going off script. Someone stop me. Cameraman, come in quick. I'm going off script, people. We're figuring this out together. And so what I'm about to say may be wrong. It may not be right, but it sounds right. It feels right. And I'm a very logical person. So let's see if I've connected the dots properly. And let's figure this one out together, okay? I'm going to pose a question. When you live your life like this, when you truly live in your purpose, who you are as an individual, you do the work on your childhood trauma, you make sure that your goals and your visions are set from a more pure place. Once you do all of that, is it right to say that you've now tapped into unlimited motivation? Infinite motivation? Is that really what's happening? Because I don't need to be motivated, me personally. Like, I don't know, I don't feel like I need to be motivated. Like, everything that I do in my day, the way I carry myself, the things that I do, I don't ever, I'm not seeking motivation. I'm not seeking motivation. I'm not interested in motivation, because I'm just living and being who I am as an individual. For me, the definition of motivate and to motivate is to move the emotion from A to B, to instigate movement of the emotion. Someone Google it for me, but that for me is a definition of motivation. To move someone emotionally in a positive trajectory, usually to get them to complete a task or tasks and get to the end of something, some form of challenge or some form of obstacle. For me, this is motivation. Let me know what Google says in the comments. But this is motivation. Now, once you're in your purpose, and you're living who you are as an individual, I don't need to be motivated for anything. There's no movement of my emotion. I am just set. Right? That's how I feel anyway. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm here. I know what my goals are. I know that things go good, things go bad. Although there's no such thing as good or bad. But thinking makes it so anyway. That's Shakespeare. So I'm not even interested in good and bad stuff happening. Things are just happening, and I'm working with them. So I don't feel that I need to be motivated for any. I am not motivated to make the world a better place. That sounds wrong to me. I'm not. I think I may need to change the name of the video because I'm not here looking. Once you live in your purpose and once you achieve it, I don't feel like I need motivation. I don't feel like motivation. It doesn't resonate with me. I feel like I'm inspired every day. I feel like I'm yeah. I feel like I'm inspired every day. I feel like I'm living with purpose. But for me, people who need to be motivated, they're moving from one place where they shouldn't be, and someone's moving them to a place where they should be. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe motivation isn't just about moving people from like a low place to a high place, off purpose to on purpose. Maybe that's not all motivation is. Maybe motivation is more broader than that. Maybe you can motivate someone who's on a high level, who's got their purpose. Maybe you can motivate them even higher, maybe. But is that motivation, or is that just you educating them on new ways of doing things or whatever? Do you know what I mean? So I'm not too sure on this one. Unlimited motivation. I don't have that. I don't feel like I have that. I feel like I have unlimited inspiration. I feel like I'm inspired every day to help people and do my thing. But I don't know, maybe because I'm in personal growth, and to motivate someone is always about moving them from like a low place to a high place. So maybe that's why I'm getting a little bit worked up. You know what I mean? Getting a little bit like, something doesn't sit right with that. But that's what this video is about. That's what this channel is about. It's about working out things together. So let me know in the comments if you think once you have your purpose, do you think you've now tapped into unlimited motivation? Do you think you've now tapped into maybe unlimited inspiration? What is it that you've tapped into? Let me know what you guys think. Let's figure this one out together, okay? So, let's go back to the script. Let's say for a second, it is unlimited motivation, right? These are all semantics anyway, so all you need to know is that you feel incredible, right? It's all semantics. But essentially, once you find your why, let's wrap this up nice, right? Once you find your why, if you want to call it motivation, if you want to call it inspiration, whatever we work out together in the comments, once you find your why, motivation becomes automatic. It becomes automatic. You are automatically motivated to wake up early and experience your life in your purpose. You automatically go through challenges like almost like it's nothing, almost like these challenges are like just pages in the book that you're going to be writing someday, right? Your life opens up, things become so much easier. And by the way, decisions become so much clearer because you now have a guiding principle of, does this align with my values or does this not align with my values, right? So you set goals that's connected to who you are. You make decisions that's connected to who you are. Tie everything that you do from now on, tie it to who you are as an individual. And as an individual, you will see that your life will become easier. You will have unlimited motivation. You will be able to surpass all forms of negative behavior you were doing before. You will find it so much easier because you are operating from a place of purpose. You are operating from a place of purpose. Okay? Boom. Oh my gosh. Part 3, the breakdown. This video is gonna be mammoth. Someone get me a stopwatch. Someone get me a stopwatch. Anyway, let's bring the energy back up. Part 4, the blueprint. I will catch you on the other side. Today, by the way, oh my gosh, almost forgot. You are going to gain access. Oh my gosh, you're going to gain access to the identity tracker 2025, right? You're going to be able to, I'm going to show you how to build out your habits. We're going to start with like 3, 4, build out your habits. I'm going to show you how to add a new habit. I'm going to show you how to gain access and dominate your year with this document. This is, like I said before, this is one of the most important documents in my year. Hands down, 100%. Because every day it shows you who you are and it shows you if you are serious. Okay, I will catch you in part 4, the blueprint. Hot damn, it is a late one today. The time is 10:15. It's part 4, the blueprint. We got to download this document. I got to show you guys how to use it. I am sitting here thinking to myself, I don't know what time I'm getting to bed today. I should have started this so much earlier. But it's okay because I'm pumped. Why am I pumped? Why do I have unlimited motivation to keep freaking going, even though it's not healthy in this moment in time? But why am I so motivated? It's because of what we just spoke about. I'm living in my purpose. I'm helping you guys. We're sitting here elevating people's lives, creating habit trackers, empowering people to make better worlds for themselves and for their families. I'm living in my vibe, people. I'm living in my purpose. Do you know what I mean? So 10:15 p.m., waking up tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. This part of the video is going to be about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Probably going to get to bed at midnight 30, 4 hours sleep. Terrible. Going to have to do my catch-up sleeps, my power naps and catch-up sleep cycles in tomorrow. Going to lose some time, but I'm living in my purpose. I've got more, right now, I probably have more energy than you. I'm going to say it. I let it out. I said it. I didn't give a damn. I'm joking. I do give a damn. But what I'm saying is, right now, I've got an abundance of energy because I'm not operating from a place of fear or lack or struggle or strife, or I'm not operating from a place of, I gotta get this video done, gotta send it to these people, gotta upload it to YouTube, gotta do edits, I'm not living like that. You know what I mean? That's not my vibe. I'm not doing this from a place of that I have to do it. I'm doing it from a place of I want to do this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's 10:15 p.m. We're gonna get through this download section, this part 4, the blueprint, where you're gonna download, get access to the document, change your life. We're gonna get through this section hopefully in about 20 minutes. Okay. Maybe 30 minutes. The way I talk could touch 45 minutes. This video will end up being an hour and 45 minutes, I'm sure. I'll try to keep it less. But let's jump in. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy this moment together of changing your life. Oh my gosh. Even when I'm saying that, it just aligns with who I am and what I want to do. Okay. So part 3 is rolling on beautifully into part 4. Let's jump in to the screen share and actually let's see what we've got going on today. So obviously, throughout the whole week, right, we've been going through this identity tracker 2025. As you guys know, I'm tracking 32 habits. You guys will be starting with 3. Maybe you can start with 4, or depending on where you are in your journey, you can set up your habits. We're going to go through how to set that up in a second once you've gained access to the document, okay? So you guys know how this document works. It's tracking every single habit that is aligned with your values, that's aligned with who you are as an individual, your identity. It's tracking all of your daily habits, which is going to help craft and merge and mold you into the person that you want to be. There's no hiding. You know how the week went. You know at the bottom of every week, if I zoom in here, you guys know that at the bottom of every week, at the bottom of every week. So for example, in week 1, which is the 6th to the 12th for me, you know, at the bottom of every day, you have your scores. There's no hiding. This document will tell you how your day went. How was your day, Pierre? Pierre, last Wednesday, on the 8th of January, 2025, how was your day? Go to my document. It was a 9.6. How was your day? And look at them. Look at them in the eye and say, how was your day? They don't know how the day was. They ain't got a freaking clue because they're not tracking jack. And what isn't tracked isn't improved. What isn't measured isn't improved. Okay? So your life is going to be flying because you're going to be tracking all the things that you want to do on a daily basis. You're going to have end of day scores, end of week scores, end of month scores, and end of year scores. Can you feel that personal growth? Can you feel that elevation, that movement to the new level? Can you? Let me just jump in. I'm gonna start preaching, and I need to jump in and show you the doc. I'm here talking, and all you want is access to the doc, and you got this guy with crazy hair chatting smack. I'm so sorry. Let me jump in and get going. Okay, so this is my document. I'm gonna show you guys how to download your own document, gain access. We're gonna jump straight in and get that done now. Obviously, I'm tracking my habits. You know that it goes on throughout the whole year, and at the end of the year, it will show you all of your calculations across all your habits. Okay, so we know how the document works. We've gone through it. We've gone through it throughout the whole week. If you haven't seen those videos, go back and watch part 4, the blueprint, for the past 6 videos. Every 7 videos, you download a new document. This is the 7th video. So the question on the top of your tongue is, how do I download and gain access to this document? Anticlimax is exactly the same as last week. Okay, so as a big build up, but it's the same as last week. I'm sorry, it's the same as last week. All you gotta do, okay? Now, once again, I'm recording this video for you right now. So this video isn't on YouTube yet, so it won't be in the description. So in this example, I'm gonna go to a different video where I've cheekily added the link in the description of another video. Don't tell anyone, right? So, but don't worry, once the video is uploaded, I'll move the link from this example video to this video. So what I want you to do is this. Very simple. I want you to, number one, go on to go on to our YouTube channel. It is right here. Okay, very simple. Go onto our YouTube channel and click on the last video, right? Which is going to be this video. Click on the right video. When you click on the video, you want to scroll down. Wait, pause this. You want to scroll down to the description, and you want to scroll all the way down to the link. So the link is right here, right? Habits Tracker 2025. Click on the link and it will open. Now on this beautiful page, it hits you with the truth straight away. Track your habits, build your identity, transform your life. Mother's life, that is the core of this document and one of the cores of personal growth. Track what you do, build the right identity, and your life will be transformed. That's it. Okay? So take a moment. Let me drink. Right? Take a moment to go through this page. Valuable stuff. This will give you all the reasons to download this document, okay? Reason number 1, what isn't measured can't be improved, okay? Read this, absorb it, understand that when you set your intention to something and you are tracking it, it will improve. Hands down, full stop. You will get better at it, okay? And that's what you want to do throughout this document. Number 2, build momentum that lasts. Jesus Christ. Build motivation that lasts, right? Build something that lasts. Jesus Christ. No, I'm joking. Build momentum that lasts, right? So here what we're saying is that, the small daily wins is what's leading to the big transformation. The small little habits that you track every day, you will be unrecognizable to your friends and family by the end of the year. The level of growth is insane. This is my 3rd year doing this, right? Let's see how this year pans out in terms of my success. Okay? So let this daily habits, every time you by the way, every time you tick a box, you get a little dopamine boost. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. Every time you tick a box, you get a little, you'll be like, oh, I did it. Do you know what I mean? Like you get a little buzz, right? And imagine adding up all those buzzes. Last year, I think I had about like 9,000 ticks to do. I think I've done about 7,000 of them or 6,000 of them. Imagine throughout the year getting 6,000 dopamine boosts just because you're tracking your habits. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I sound like a drug addict. I'm not a drug addict. I'm a dopamine addict. I am. I love dopamine. Gets me going. All right. So back to the screen share. well, we're already doing the screen share, but back to the section 3 is, like I said before, there's no hiding. Get an honest view of your year. When you, like what happened to me, so by the way, this document is actually what got me so fired up for 2025, like on a new level, like making sure that I'm on a different planet this year than I was last year. Because when I reviewed my 2024, the illusion that I was trying to say to myself, like, oh yeah, good year, oh, done this, brand new offices, Canary Wharf, all this freaking fluff. And when I looked at my actual habits, when I looked at the character I was building, when I looked at my 57% of my goals achieved, or 48% of my goals achieved, when I looked at what I actually did that year, I was disgusted. Hence, accountability YouTube channel was created. Hence, I'm now dominating. In the last video, I showed you my first 2 weeks. In my last video, in 2024, compared to my first 2 weeks in 2025, I've already improved by 20%. I'm already 20% better than I was last year. 20%. It's not a joke, right? It's not a joke. So once you've read through these 3 things, you want to then come up here and simply put in your name. So let's say Pierre. And my email is, let's say, pierre@email.com. For example, I should put Pierre at Impact Designs. Oh, frick. Impact Designs. It's late. It's getting late. Pierre at impactdesignsuk.com. That's my email for my company. And we click Access Habit Tracker. Any issues that you have, just email us here. Okay. Someone in the team will check this out and help you out. Right. We'll be more than happy to do that. So Access Habit Tracker. Click on that. And freaking voila, you have got access to your own habit tracker in 2025. I'm gonna start coughing. I'm getting excited. Jesus Christ. Calm yourself down, Pierre. It's only a document. No, it's not only a document. It's a freaking life-changing tool that's gonna help a lot of people. This is what this is. This is way more than a document, okay? So check this out. Sign in. Make sure you're signed in. The first thing I want you to do, this is view only at the moment, right? So you can't, as you can see, you can't edit anything right now, right? You can't type anything, you can't edit anything. The first thing I want you to do is go up to File and make a copy. First thing, okay. File, make a copy. When you make a copy, I want you to name this whatever you want. So you can call it My Habit Tracker 2025. My one is called Identity Tracker 2025 because identity is my keyword for 2025. I'm all about building identity. And so I want to track the identity that I'm building. So mine's called Identity Tracker 2025. Yours can be called Habits. Tracker 2025. It could be called, I called mine last year, Peak Performance 2025. That's what 2024. That's what I called mine last year, right? So let's say keep it simple and call it, for now, let's go with My Habit Tracker 2025, okay? That's your document. Make a copy. When you make a copy, you want to update the title here as well. So whatever you called it, if it's My Habits Tracker 2025 or My Habit, now you can actually edit the document, okay? So now, first things first, let's jump into this right now. First things first, not too sure why I'm not scrolling properly at the bottom. Okay, cool. 1 second, guys. Make sure, I think the zoom is a little bit out. Try it now. No, the zoom is still out. Okay, cool. No problem. So, I can still play with it here. Yeah, cool. So, first things first, okay? We are already on the 22nd of November. Well, right now it's 21st. When you guys see this video, it's going to be the 22nd of January. What the heck, November? We're already in it. I'm so far ahead in my life. Sorry, I'm joking. It's already the 22nd of January 2025 when you guys watch this video, right? So first things first, your tracker, as you can see, you've got these lines here, which block out the beginning of the year, which doesn't affect your score. This just keeps things, because your year for tracking will start on Wednesday the 22nd, or whenever you download this document and gain access, right? So when you're ready to begin, let's say for example you wanted to begin on the 27th. First things first, all you do is highlight all these boxes, press delete, take this thing over here, take this dash over here, paste this in. You want to use Control Shift V to paste it in, or Command, I don't know what it is on Apple Mac, but basically I think it's like Command Shift V on Apple Mac. But yeah, Control Shift V, and you just want to, cut all these out. All of these things down here, don't worry about them. Just highlight them, delete them, and bring this one here and paste these in, right? Then this one again, don't worry about it. You can even take these ones from over here and just paste that in. So all of the errors are gone. This is what you do if you're starting your year on Monday the 27th, for example, okay? Same thing applies for whatever day you start. Just delete the boxes from before and add a line, okay? So step number one is create your own document, make it, click make it file, make a copy. So now you've got an editable document. Step number two is to decide when you're starting your year. Start now, don't wait, start tomorrow and keep it moving, okay? So you want to start early. Choose when you're starting. So let's say, for example, we just go back and we are starting from when this video was published, which is on the 22nd of January 2025, okay? So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to pick your habits. Now, everyone's on their own journey. So let's say, for example, you're just starting out. I strongly recommend to start with 1 to 3 habits. No banter. I know it sounds small, especially when you saw my 32 habit tracker, but I've been doing this for 3 years, as I keep mentioning, okay? So what you want to do is you want to start really small. Scientists say that, the rule of 3, starting with 3 is a good place to start. If that's too overwhelming, no problem. Start with 1. It's all about growth. It's all about your trajectory going upwards, not starting at a madness, like 15 habits, and you fall off, get demotivated, and never do it ever again. Okay? It's not worth it. Trust me. Start small, like I did. Start small and build your way up. Okay? So number 1 is choosing your success habits. So we're going to choose actually habits that I think everyone should start with. This is my opinion. Everyone, I think, should start with this, because these habits are foundational to having success in your day, dominating your day, and moving in the right direction. These habits that I'm going to choose for you, I think you should use. I really strongly advise. But again, everyone's on their own journey. So let's say we're starting out here, but everyone's on their own journey to choose what habits is right for you. Okay? So in the habit tracker, I'm going to choose sleep, number 1. So for sleep, I'm going to choose, I'm going to call it wake up. Although I call mine unplug, but it's not important right now. Let's keep it simple and call it wake up. Okay, so for wake up, we're going to get a little emoji in there. Let's do a sun. Yeah, because you're waking up. Sort of, maybe let's do like a little sunrise. That looks nice. You know I'm a designer, right? I did a design, so I'm sorry. We have to go through a few key decisions today on this document, okay? So wake up, sunrise, emoji, awesome. Then I want you to also track your workouts. Unless you are incapable of working out, I don't want to hear your excuses. I'm not interested. I'm genuinely not interested. Unless you are incapable, as in you've broke your leg or whatever, even if you've broken your leg, you should be doing upper body. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. Even if you've broken your leg, you need to think about the benefits of this workout and the benefits of how much of more of an elite thinker you'll be once you've done your morning workout. Do bicep curls or shoulder raises. Don't injure yourself anymore, obviously. Keep it light, but do something to move the body. Okay? No excuses on the workout. So for the workout, let's do, obviously, I think there's a gym guy or girl or something. Yeah. I think the weightlifter, isn't there like a weightlifter? Awesome. Let's do this one. Yeah, awesome. So we got the workout in there. Good. Then the last habit I want you to add is I want you to add reading. Now, let me ask you a question. If I could give you one wish, what would you wish for? One wish, anything in the world, what would you wish for? Okay, what you should do is you should wish for more wishes. That's actually the right answer. There is a right and wrong answer. You should wish for more wish for more wishes. Then you have unlimited wishes, right? But that's not on the table for this one. The next thing I would wish for and I learned this from Jim Quick. Jim Quick, the brain expert, right? And memorization expert. If you could wish for anything, you want to wish to be able to learn anything. That's what you want to wish for, to be able to learn anything. If you have the ability to learn anything quickly, efficiently as well, not just like take ages, but you can learn anything like that, or you can learn anything super quickly. If you wish for that, you will dominate you will dominate on earth. You will impact the world in a way that no one else can. Because your skill set and your acquisition and your ability to connect, basically AI, basically. Imagine that, right? So we don't have that, right? We don't have that genie to do that wish. So the next best thing is reading. Yeah, learning and reading. The reason why this is in the top 3 habits is because the model, the concept, the philosophy of wishing for more wishes is you're gaining access to more things through the wish, right? I wish for more wishes. I wish for infinite wishes. You're actually wishing for access to wishes. That's what you're wishing for, which can bring you more stuff. So use that same philosophy in terms of real life. If you read every day, what are you doing? You're gaining access to more stuff. Reading every day gains you access to more philosophies, more learnings, more understandings, more perspectives, more open-mindedness. You're reading and you're absorbing, and your brain is growing and you're making connections, more neural pathways. This is the power of reading, right? And so when you read more, you gain access to more. And this is what's going to help you make better decisions. Right now I'm just finished reading actually, Exponential Organizations 2.0. This book is a game changer, and 1.0 is also a game changer as well. So this is the second version of this book. And this is what I'm reading right now, right? I read every day. Successful people read every day. So I read every day, and you should too, right? So that's why this is on the top 3 that I recommend if you're starting out on your journey. Okay. Now, once you've added these 3 things in, okay, you can now begin tracking them every day. So what this means is, let's go to, for example, January the 22nd. This is obviously today's date when you guys are watching this or whatever, but this is, let's say when we're starting, right? It's very simple. The document is set up for you. Everything is coded for you, okay? You need to do one thing at the bottom, but we'll get to that in a second, okay? So now your tracker is done, essentially. Bar the golden rule, but we'll get to the golden rule in a second. This yellow thing at the bottom, we'll get to in a second. So right now, you've got wake up, workout, and read. Wake up, workout, and read. I'm gonna change the read because it sounds more sexy than reading right now. Wake up, workout, and read. These are your 3 habits that's gonna change your life. This is how it's gonna start. Wake up on time. When you say wake up, by the way, you need to have your criteria. What does wake up mean? Hopefully we're all gonna wake up, right? That's what we're hoping for. But basically, you need to have a time. Is your habit, who do you want to be at the end of the year? Do you want to be someone who wakes up at 9 a.m.? No disrespect to anyone who wakes up at 9 a.m., but you're missing out on life, basically. But do you want to be the person who wakes up at 9 a.m. by the end of the year? Or do you want to be the person that wakes up nice and fresh and early and attacks the day and has the whole day to be alive? in their purpose. Which person do you want to be? Choose what that person is and then set your habit based on that. Okay. And I know everyone has different sleep cycles. Everyone needs different amounts of sleep. I studied that as well in terms of different sleep archetypes and going to bed a little bit later. And, you know, you've got the different animals and the owl and the dolphin and all this stuff. So I appreciate that people do sleep and wake up at different times. But in general, most people need to be waking up early to capture the day, right? So now, if you want to wake up, let's say at 5, let's say you want to wake up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. is a decent time. Let's say you want to wake up at 6 a.m. every day. It's simple. If you wake up at, it's not that simple, but basically, it's when you get out of bed, that's the time you need to ask yourself. Forget about snoozing, forget about, I clicked the alarm, stayed in bed for like 6 more minutes, then I got up. The time that you get up out of bed, that's the time that we use here for wake up. So if your alarm goes off at 6 a.m., but you spend another 45 minutes in bed moping in your crap, whatever the crap it is you're moping in, then your wake up time is 6:45 and you do not get your tick. It's a red freaking box. So let's say this happened today. It's a red box. I'm sorry. Catch you in a bit. You've now got a red box. But then let's say you've done your workout and you've done your reading. You can now see that you got 2, which is workout and reading. You got 2 out of 3. So that gives you a score of 6.7 for that day. That's your score because you chose to stay in bed for 45 minutes more. Okay, so work on that. Work on that for the next day. On the next day, you get all 3. So when you get all 3, boom, you got 10 out of 10 that day. That felt good. Did you feel that oxytocin? I don't know if you felt that dopamine when I clicked that tick. I felt it. This is not even my tick sheet. This is not even my habit tracker. And I felt, this is what I'm talking about. You get a buzz when you hit something, you know, it'll be sick. It'll be sick if Google Sheets had like a little sound effect. Imagine that. Imagine it. Oh my God. See, by the way, we just spoke about making things better, and that's what is my essence. Notice what I just did there. I'm literally looking at Google Sheets, a multi-billion-dollar company, and I'm like, how great would it be for this habit tracker to have a little sound effect? Making things better. That's what I do. Okay, that's what I do. Anyway, back to the breakdown, back to the blueprint here. So does this make sense? So wake up, set a time for that. When you do your workout, you know, minimum 15 minutes, 20 minutes, minimum 20 minutes workout, whatever your criteria is, then read minimum 1 page a day. Start with 1 page a day, right? Just 1 page of a book and make the book a good book about personal growth, development, some sort of growth. Make it about growth. If you can, because you're trying to learn stuff, right? So make it about reading and learning, okay? So as you can see, you go through your day, you go through your days. Some days, you know, you may miss stuff. Whenever you miss stuff, you just come in and change the color and you put it as a red, okay? So you may miss stuff, you come and put it as a red. At the end of the week, you will have your score. Here, you had 15 ticks to get, yeah? Out of the 15 ticks that you had to achieve, you achieved 11 and you missed 4. Not bad, right? Not a bad start to the week. And here, as a result, you got 73% for that week. That's how the tick sheet works. That's how your habit tracker works. It's very simple. It's very to the point. We get the job done. Now, you will continue doing this throughout the entire year, obviously, right? Or hopefully. There will be times where you drop off and you don't track your ticks. In my first year, 2022, so 2023, in my first year, there were times where I went for like a week, 2 weeks, and I didn't have any ticks in the freaking boxes because I was ill-disciplined. And I had a lot going on, but I was ill-disciplined and I dropped off. Don't worry about that. It's going to happen, right? So when you drop off, just try your best to recognize that you're off and get your ass back on as quick as possible. Get yourself back onto your tick sheet. This is your identity. This is what you're tracking. This is who you are as an individual. You are building and crafting your character, okay? So you want to jump back on that as quickly as you can, okay? So you'll continue doing this throughout the year. Yeah, all these ticks, everything obviously will be filled. Keep getting your scores all the way through February, right? All the way through February, all the way through March. I'm not too sure why, for some reason, let me zoom out because for some reason the thing at the bottom is just not working. Some reason it's weird. 1 second. Oh, it's back. No, it's not. Yeah, no, it's not. So for some reason, this toolbar isn't showing at the bottom, but don't worry. I've got you guys covered. So September, October, November, December, you will eventually get to the end of the year. You'll be like, where the heck did the year go? I've been tracking all this stuff, right? When you get to the end of the year, what's going to happen is you're going to get your scores at the end, okay? And I forgot something as well. So at the beginning of it doesn't matter, you can do it now, but do it at the beginning of the document. Do it at the beginning. Well, you can't because you're watching the video live with me, right? So it's fine. Get this done now. Nothing's changed. Get this done now. So what you want to do is you simply want to highlight these boxes, okay? 1 second. Let me just make sure this is correct. 100% correct. Okay. 1 second, guys. Let me make sure this is spot on correct for you. I thought I checked this. Actually, to be fair. Okay. So let's go back to the beginning and make sure nothing is ticked. Incredible. Okay. Go right to the end. 344. Okay, that's better. Okay, so okay, cool. I see what's wrong here. Okay, so what we actually want is we want a different formula here. Okay, so this is good that I found this. So what we want is we want to start, and this is fine. Okay, cool. So don't worry, this will be done. Yep. So what we want to do is when you get here, you want to actually just highlight these numbers that you've got here that you've created for the text. Highlight these 3 numbers. Press Control C to copy, then press Control Shift V to paste over. And what's happened is you just remove the formula, okay? So before, as you can see up here, let me zoom in as well. As you can see up here, there's a formula. All you're doing is copying over that and pasting over that. So highlight them, press copy, Control Shift V and press paste. And as you can see, it just says a number now. That's really important that you get that bit done, okay? So make sure you do that. And in the formula here, what we want actually is, yeah, brilliant, it's working now, perfect. So what we want is, yeah, perfect. What we want is, so now let's go through the calculations at the end of the year, right? So you guys can see how this works. So once you've added in your free text here, what will happen is you want to come here and do this Control C, Control Shift V that I just showed you, right? Now, what this shows you is this shows you the number of ticks that you could have got at the beginning of the year, okay? Now, sometimes throughout the year, you will have what we call, life happens. And when life happens and you can't do a tick for whatever reason, you want to give yourself a dash. So for example, let's say something happened whereby there was no way on earth you were going to wake up at 6 a.m. So let's say, for example, So you went to an event, you went to a business event, and in London, for example, in the UK, and let's say, for example, you were traveling home at like 11 p.m. from the business event, and the train broke down. So you can't get home. You're stuck on the train. You can't get home, and you're basically 5%. Oh frick! Okay, so this phone's on 5%, and I'm currently recording. I may have to switch. Let me switch to my other device. 2 seconds. I'm back. Okay. So I'm charging and I'm recording and I'm microphoning all at the same time. Technology is advancing. Jesus. So I just plugged in my charger and we're good. We're back. So, yes. So let's say, you're in this event, you're traveling home, you get stuck your train breaks down, and in that situation, you're now stuck. You're going to be stuck for about 3 hours, 4 hours on this train. In that scenario, you're getting home at 4 a.m. Depending on how extreme you are, you can say to yourself, I need minimum 4 or 5 hours sleep. Life happened. I didn't get home till 4 a.m. from the event. I'm supposed to be home at midnight and get 6 hours sleep, but I need 4 or 5 hours sleep minimum. So I'm going to go to bed at 4 a.m. That's when I got home. I'm going to wake up at 10 or wake up at 9. Okay. For most people on earth, that is the right thing to do. that you can't really say much about that, right? Life happened and you got your sleep. Some people, if you're really extreme, some people would go to bed for an hour and a half, like one sleep cycle, still wake up at the same time, and then grab some more sleep throughout the day to sort of catch up. But you want to sort of get that sleep early, as early as possible in the day, right? So this is where if you want to like stick to waking up at your time, like no questions asked. Um, depending on your level of depending on how what's the word I'm looking for? Depending on how like gun ho you are, right? Depending on how all in you want to go, that will determine what decision you make. You decide what constitutes as a tick and as a line, depending on how life happens. Okay, but let's say for example you go for the line. So this happened on this day. You go for a line here. You go for a line here. You go for a line here. There's another line that happened here. Life happened here. I'm just putting in a bunch of lines so you can see what happens, right? So when you put in a bunch of lines, and let's say you got a bunch more lines here. Oh, my bad. Let's say you got a bunch more lines here. Okay? So line, line, line. now the calculation at the end of the year. So imagine you've gone through a whole year, a few lines here, a few lines there, right? As you can now see, the number at the beginning still stands. You still had 344 ticks that you could have got, right? That's how the year started. Throughout the year, for this one, which is wake up, throughout the year, obviously, as you can see, we've got 4 lines. Like, let's say throughout the year, life happened 4 times, right? So when life happened, it can show you now your opportunity. So although you started the year with 344 ticks for waking up at 6 a.m., actually, when life happened, you only had 340 opportunities because 4 of them, life happened. So it calculates that automatically for you. If you add in another line, the number will change to 339 opportunities you had because life happened, right? Which means you've done 5 cuts. The number adds up for you here. You cut 5 times. And then when you start doing it throughout the year, obviously, let's say you start doing it, as you can see, you completed 4 and you got 335 outstanding, okay? So this adds up everything for you. It gives you a percent at the end of the year and it gives you your score out of 10 at the end of the year, okay? Then you have all of these numbers down here as well, which I actually have forgotten to add. Bang it in for you guys right now. So you've then got your additional end of year summary down here as well, right? So for your end of year summary, you then have all of your stats. Yeah, you then have, apologies. You then have all of your stats, essentially. Oh wow. The design is not right today. It's okay, we got this covered. Okay. Yeah, it should be fine. No. Oh, this one, okay. Should be fine now. Yeah, awesome. So you then have opportunities throughout the whole year. Obviously, it adds it all up for you. What you're starting with throughout the whole year as well. This will need to be a sum. So that will add up for you as well. And then you've got, so that's all formulas are all done. So you've got the cuts, you've got the how many you completed, it's adding up all that for you as well. How many is outstanding, adding it all up. Then what your scores are, what your averages, everything's added all up for you. Okay. So this sheet is entirely coded, things are all in place. I'll check it one more time before I send it out just to make sure you guys have everything in place. Now we're going to talk about some other stuff as well about how to use the document, okay? So you go through the document, you give yourself ticks, you give yourself lines, and you give yourself red boxes. This is also going to build your honesty and your self-integrity, okay? Be honest with yourself, be self-integral. I think be self-integral is the right word, yeah. Do the right things and be honest with yourself about how things are going, okay? So once you've done that, you may want to add a new habit, okay? Done it for like 2 months, 3 months, you're getting into the vibe and you're ready to add a new habit. This is how you add a new habit, okay? So what you want to do is you want to go to the last habit, okay? So here, our last habit is in row 8, okay? All you want to do is right click on row 8 and click insert below. That's it. Notice that when you press insert below, you have a bunch of you'll have a bunch of empty ticks here. So I'll show you that again, right? Let's say, for example, you've started the year. Let's say you started the year and you want to do all those ticks. And let's say you've done 2 weeks of ticks. And at 2 weeks of ticks, you've got 100%, you're flying, and you're like, you know what? In fact, let's say 3 weeks of ticks. You're dominating the game. In this scenario, what you want to do is you want to add a new tick. So when you add a new tick, which is now obviously going to start on Monday, the 10th of February, which is here. So when you're adding a new tick for the new week, right click on the last tick, insert row below, and then you can begin your ticks, okay, for the new tick. Let's say, for example, the new tick was, I think if you're going to be adding a new habit, I think you should actually add, if you're starting out your journey and you're new to this, I think you should add something called vision board. Vision board is a success tactic and methodology which allows you to set an intention for how you want your life to be. So you set a vision for how you want your life to be, do little images, go on Google, get images, cut them out, stick them on your wall, or have them on your phone. A lot of people are doing digital vision boards now. The idea is that you paint a picture of how you want your life to be, and then you look at that every day and you start to make decisions and things start to happen in alignment with that, okay? So I would definitely do vision board as the next fourth most important habit, because if you don't know where you're going, you're pissed. You're screwed basically, right? So you want to make sure you have that in place. So let's do vision board, and let's do like a, I don't know, let's do like a star, like a wishing star, or like a lightning bolt, like bang, this is my vision for my life, sort of thing, right? Let's do that. So you got your vision board, okay? You've added it in, and you're starting that from the new week, right? Monday the 10th. So you're doing your ticks, you're adding things in, you know, you missed a couple, so you put a little red, whatever. Life happened a couple times as well, so you put a couple lines, and you fill out, you know, you're filling out your thing every day. Fill this out at the end of every day without fail, okay? Fill it out throughout the day if you can when you do the tick. But notice how with vision board, notice how you started the ticks on the 10th of February, but when you created a new row, all of these ticks came with it, okay, from before. All you have to do is delete the ticks, okay? Don't worry about it, just delete the ticks. So highlight all of them and simply exit out. Job done. If you want to, you can put a line, okay? So I like to keep things nice. Obviously, as you know, I'm a designer. I like to keep things nice and sexy looking, right? So for me, I'm going to want to have these lines put into my documents. Let me just speed this up a little bit for you guys. Okay, so for me, I want to have these lines in here. So I'm just going to drag these lines across, just like that, okay? So, okay, I'll deal with this line in a bit. Don't want to take up your guys' time. I think I got it covered anyway. So, where were we? We were talking about the idea that we've added in these ticks. You started on Monday, right? And yeah, you want these lines. If you want to, you can put these lines in here, or you can just leave it blank, whatever's best for you. Okay. So once you've added your new habits, okay, you now want to focus on you may want to actually split up your habits. Okay, if you want to split up your habits, so let's say for example you want wake up and work out is what you do in the morning, and let's say for example read and vision board is what you do in the evening. So sometimes, like in my one, I have gaps in between my habits, right? This is my morning routine habits. These are my lunchtime habits, and these are my nighttime habits. It just looks nice and it looks more clean when you have a decent number of ticks that you're tracking, habits that you're tracking. So let's say you did want to do that split. All I want you to do is right click, just like you did before when you added a new row. I want you to right click where you want the new row and click insert one row below. When you insert one row below, it will add all of these ticks. Without touching anything, I just want, as it's already highlighted, I just want you to press delete. Just delete everything, okay? When you delete everything, I then want you to come down to row 12 or whatever row is separating this gap between the end of the day and your scores. And we just take row 12 like this, highlight here, Control C, which is copy, highlight the new row here, Control V. That's it, done. So now, as you can see, you've got a nice gap between your morning habits and your nighttime habits. Okay? Any issues, just email the team and we'll help you do that. But follow these instructions and you'll be fine. Okay? Any issues, let us know though. Okay? So that's how you can split up the habits as well. Okay? Now we've got a little task to get done. Okay? So this little task is where you're going to be creating your golden rule for the year. So only do this if you want to. This is not obligatory, okay? But on my document, which I'll show you real quick now, on my document, I have a golden rule, okay? And my golden rule is to follow my calendar like my life depended on it. And I'm not doing that great with that right now. But basically, my golden rule is here called Calengineer. And Calengineer is actually where I focus on, following my calendar every day. So I only built my calendar on Monday the 20th. And I didn't follow it perfectly, like good enough on that day. I didn't follow it also good enough on Tuesday either. So I'll be giving myself a red tick here. Okay, so this is my golden rule. Now you may want to track your golden rule. And what that means is, number one, I'll show you how to change the colors. And number two, when you track and you get this right, you get ticks. What happens is it's going to show you how many times you stuck to your golden rule for that year as well, for that week or month as well. So this one's actually showing you every month. So every month, let's say I got these two wrong. So every month, when you set this up, I want to show you how to set this up. You can track one of your ticks as your golden rule. This is the one you really want to track and keep hold of throughout the year. So for example, in January, I got 9 out of 12. As you can see here, there'll be 12 boxes and I got 9 of them. So it tracks that now down to 8 or whatever. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys how to set this up now on your tracker. So a little bit of coding, a little bit of work, but you only have to do this 12 times because there's 12 months in the year, right? So it's not that big. It's not that big a deal. You've got this, and I'll show you how to do it. It's very simple. So what you want to do is you want to click inside for January, February, March, April, May, every single month, 12 times. Step number one is very simple. Just click on the box that says 0 to 1. Okay, step number one, click on the box that says 0 to 1. Here, when you double click or click in this box, you'll see it says #ref. Yeah, #ref1, another #ref2 here, and another #ref3. Okay, what I want you to do is select where your golden rule is, number one. So let's say, for example, you want your workouts. You want your workouts to be the golden rule, right? Let's assume that that's what you want. What you're going to do is you're going to click on workouts like this. I want you to simply scroll all the way to the end of the year like this. Hold down Shift, okay, for Windows users. Hold down Shift. I think it's also Shift for Apple users as well. Hold down Shift and select this end box on Wednesday, the 31st of December, 2025. Okay, so you've got this box is selected here. You've scrolled all the way to the end of the year and you've clicked this box here. When you click this box, I want you to go to the borders, select your golden rule color, select this one here to make it nice and thick, and I want you to select outer borders here. That's now made everything gold, okay? Keep everything selected, don't press anything else. Come over here to text color and change the text or the content to gold, okay? So now, as you look through your document, you now see all of these ticks are now gold. This is now your golden rule for the year, okay? Is your workout. Now, you may not want this to be gold. I want it to be gold, but you may want to change the color back to white. And so it's white now, but I like it gold. Gold is cool. Yeah, okay, cool. So scrolling back now to January to set up your golden rule tracker. So as you can see, your golden rule is in row 7. Yeah, that's where your golden rule is in this example. So if your golden rule is in row 7, you want to go down here and click on the golden rule, double click on the golden rule, okay? And all I want you to do is I want you to see that this has 3 reference points, okay? Reference, which I highlighted earlier, which is here, okay? It says it 3 times. All you're gonna do is come into this box here and double click, and I've got reference equals this. So this is what you're gonna replace the reference with. So all you do is highlight this, Control C, copy, or Command C, copy, highlight this, and paste it in. Now, replace the number, the hashtags, replace the number with the number of your golden rule. Remember, your golden rule is on row 7. So all you're going to do is remove these hashtags and put 7. And put 7. Now that's done, you may just want to copy this and come over here and put 7. And you may want to copy this one, come over here and paste it in 7 as well, right? So all I've done is I've created one and I've copied it and I've pasted it here, okay? So press enter. Now, as you can see, because for January, we had dashes here, right? Dashes, because we didn't start our golden rule yet or whatever. And then we've got workouts starting, your year starting obviously late, right? So that's why these are dashes. Then you've done a workout every single day in January. So that's 10 days left from the 22nd to the 31st. And so your golden rule is 10 out of 10. Let's say, for example, you missed a day here, missed a few days here. These will obviously therefore be in red. So then you'll miss 3. So you got 7 out of 10. Yeah, so the document's working fine, everything's smooth. Any issues, contact us, we'll help you. Okay? So golden rule, 7 out of 10. Now, that's done, okay? You can leave this or you can delete it. I would leave it for now, right? So just leave it. You don't need to really touch it. Or if you want, you can delete it. It's no problem. But this one's been done. Okay, let's leave it for now. So now you go over to February and you do it again. So in February, the reference is here. This is what it equals. So we're going to take it, we're going to copy it, go into the golden rule and replace the reference. Remember, we're looking at 7. So just replace the hashtags with 7, then take this whole new concept that you created here perfectly and replace the reference. Make sure you replace the hashtag with the ref and exclamation mark. Paste that in. Use your arrow keys to get to the next one if you need to. Paste that in. Done. Now in February, it's saying 15 out of 28. Let's check. 15. So in February, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 15, which is correct, okay? So 15 is done. And obviously in January, there's 28 days. So it's calculated it perfectly for you, okay? Go through the document and do this 12 times. That's it. So we'll do one more together, right? Number 3. Copy the ref, copy what reference equals, double click, take out this ref, put in 7, because that's where your golden rule is on row 7. Come across, take out this ref, paste. Next ref, paste. That's it, job done. Okay? 0 out of 31, no ticks in March. Let's double check that. In March the 31st, all the way to March the 1st, 9th, 1st. Yeah, no ticks at all. So we know it's working properly. Okay? If we were in March, and let's say we got all these ticks, then boom, golden rule, you got 13 out of 31. Okay? So this is how you add your golden rules. Okay? We set it up. We've set our start number, which is right at the end. Yeah, we set our start number. Okay. So remember also, when you've added a new habit, you need to come to the end and also add in the stats. To add in the stats, all you want to do is you want to start from the second box across, okay? Highlight all of this, not the first one. Do not highlight the first box. We'll do that in a second together. Highlight all of these boxes except for the first one. Press Control C, press Control V. Okay. Now, once you've done that, we're going to be counting how many boxes are available when you open up the new tick, right? Vision board. You open up Vision board. It's a brand new tick that you do. You started it on February. Nothing's ticked yet, right? Nothing's ticked yet. You're starting it on Monday, the 10th of February. And what I want you to do is when you add a new tick, I want you to add it, then scroll along to the end. Yeah, copy any of these formulas. It's fine, but just copy the one above or below, copy it, paste it in. So this is now correct, okay? Formulas, just copy and paste over. Now, what I want you to do here is I want you to type in a formula, okay? I want you to type in a formula which says, and in fact, you don't even need to type in a formula because, yeah, all you got to do is super simple, which is really good for you guys. All you got to do is press equals and select outstanding, because outstanding, at the moment, you've done no ticks, you've added a new tick. So as you can see, the outstanding number is the number of how many ticks you could have done at the beginning of the year, right? It shows you that 324 is outstanding because you added a brand new tick. Does that make sense? So you've added a brand new tick. That means you've not ticked any of them yet. When you copy and paste this formula over here, when you paste it in, it will grab all of the data it needs from the row you just added. All you got to do, and therefore 324 is your starting number. That's your starting number, 324. All you got to do is press equals, tap on 324, and press enter. Okay. Now I want you to press Control C, because at the moment it's a formula. And remember, if you see these ones, we don't want them to be formulas. So press Control C, Control V, and copy and paste over it. Okay. Once you've copied and pasted over it, now this row is exactly the same as the other rows. It's all going to work perfectly. Okay. And so that's how you add a new row and add in the calculations for the year. Okay. Brilliant. Now, in terms of using the tracker, we spoke about ticks, missing, how to add lines, how to add new rows, how to look at the stats at the end of the year, the day, the week, the month, just to make sure you've done the month correctly. And also, a little tip as well, you can actually hide the rest of the year, so you don't have to keep scrolling and stuff. You can hide the rest of the year, so just go straight from January into your calculations. Okay, and to do that, what you want to do is, let's say, for example, so we want to just right click here. Let's say we were in February. What we want to do is just remove the group for now. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab the end of January, scroll across, grab the beginning of January, right click, scroll down, view more column options, and group. When you click group, you want to just minimize the group. Now you've got February the 1st starting here. Don't worry about the line. That's just part of the formatting, but it's okay. Okay, so February the 1st is here. Then you want to scroll across. You want to take March, and you want to scroll all the way to the end. Yeah, so scroll all the way to the end to December. Grab onto December, right click. Make sure you're holding down Shift. Okay, so to make sure that you grab all the months in between, hold down Shift and then select this column, right click, go down to the bottom again, group, and that's it, done. Okay, so now you can scroll back to February and you can hide the rest of this group, done. So now we're in February, and as you can see, we can only see February because we've grouped and hidden all of the other months. Okay, so that's done. The ticks are in, and you can go straight to your calculations at the end of the year. You've got the golden rule in. You've been ticking throughout the month, adding your ticks, adding your lines, adding your dashes, and that, my friends, wraps up a mammoth session today. A mammoth session. Okay, I think this is like a 2-hour video or something like that. So we'll see what happens when we edit it and push it to YouTube for you guys to absorb this valuable information. So it's 11:17. So 11:15 basically took a whole hour to record this section. It's supposed to be 20 minutes. I knew it was gonna happen like that. It's okay. Energy's high. I'm gonna finish my ticks for the day as quickly as possible. Get my ass in bed. Get maybe 4 hours sleep. Wake up, do my morning routine. Get another hour and a half, maybe 3 hours sleep if I can. Catch up and then keep going. So that wraps up episode 14. What a mammoth! Let me know what you guys think. Is 2 hours, should I be doing 2 hour recordings? Is this what you guys want? Do you want the depth? Right? Is it a 2 hour thing or should I be more concise? Right? Should I hit the mark more and get these videos down to half an hour? I think what I'm going to do is when I start podcasting, oops, Easter egg right there. When I start podcasting, that's definitely going to be 2-3 hours. Let's be honest. Like when I get into the room with another elite individual, it's a different game, right? So we're going to be speaking, going deep, in that podcast. Now, for these ones, I do think I want to keep it down to like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Vlog in, out, shake it all about. For today, we had a very deep topic, and I had to show you how to gain access to this document. So it's a little bit longer. But let me know what it's about you guys. Let me know what you guys want. Let me know if you really enjoyed the longer videos in the comments. And we can do maybe more of them, maybe a little bit, maybe like an hour 15. Together, we can spend that time together. So absolutely incredible. I'm buzzed. My name is Pierre Yamfam. This is Get Out of Your Way. I really, really believe we figured out this one today. We figured out all about that infinite motivation or that infinite inspiration. I feel like we figured this one out today. And I will catch you tomorrow for episode 15. Peace.